Hey y'all, this is Smitty here again. This time, like I said, I did a nice amount of commentary, talking about the live franchise, seeing that the game's been out over a span of 20 years, you know what I mean? But it's been very disappointing as of late, as over these past at least numerous years, from the second gen going into this current generation of gaming on Xbox as well as Xbox 360 and PS3. Um, Just this one is all about the 2K series though. Now, like I said, it debuted back in 1999 on the Dreamcast, and like its counterpart for football, it set a new standard in terms of how basketball games should be put together. They set a new standard with trying to go for great presentation. They completely revamped the gameplay, which is the most important thing. That's what it was mainly. That's what football was main. I mean, excuse me. That's what the basketball was mainly about. The quality of basketball they were going for. They were going for realistic animations. They were going for realistic moves that you would see during the course of an NBA game. They weren't all about just the flashy dunk through traffic and all these all the super flashy moves like the NBA Jam-esque type moves or what have you. You know what I mean? Like they came out with player models that actually, like, they were the first game that actually had the player models looking like their NBA counterparts respectively. And Live has been trying to follow suit. These guys came out, they tried to get the forms of the jump shots that individual players shoot, their tendencies, physical attributes they try to get correct. You know what I mean? A lot of the issues that this game had deal with a lot of the animations trying to overcompensate for each other. You know what I mean? A lot of morphing issues. A lot of these isometric force fields that come up out of nowhere, or some of the main issues that they had, and also with some of the AI tendencies, players making decisions that don't make sense, as well as players hitting shots that they would never hit as well. But what I see here is that with this game, they came out where Live basically over the years, Live has been very cosmetic over the years, especially on this next generation. They came out with games that basically would emphasize on like small features like armbands and getting specific brand name armbands and wristbands and sleeves and shoes and tattoos and alternate jerseys and stuff like that. And they've strayed away from the gameplay until this year, until the 2010 Live. But like I said, what 2K has been doing every single year from '99 is that every year they have made the game better and better and better. While as Live, like I said, some years it'll be decent, other years the game will be pretty terrible. It'll be very lackluster, and the only positive that you can say is that, like, they'll add some feature like a dunk contest, to bring the game back up, or have all these cosmetic features. They'll be like they're real good with cosmetics, but they need to improve upon. They needed to dramatically improve upon their gameplay. That was their main issue, and they pretty much addressed that to a great degree this year. But it's because of 2K that has risen above them in the 10 years that the game's been out, came from behind and risen above and took over as the king of the basketball video game world. You know what I mean? So this game in a fully respective atmosphere, it's just been an overall great experience. I mean, it has its, like I said, it has its flaws just like any game would do. But on an overall, when it comes to issues that the games have, it has been highly addressed. They have done a great job. Like the first patch update they did, in comparison to well, Live, I don't know exactly what they addressed in their first patch, but I just know when it came to 2K, they paid attention on the forums, they paid attention to the users and what their complaints were, and for the most part, they did a great job with this being the first update. You know what I mean? They could do, I mean, there are some other things that they could do to fix the game in another update, but nevertheless, they did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have, like, you see realistic type moves, realistic player collisions, and the types of shots that go up. They've done a great job improving that every single year. You know what I mean? So, I can't complain from year to year in terms of the game they put out from 06, you know, from the next generation, from 06 through 10. So they done a good job. You know, so in closing, basically what I just want to say is just that I mean, I know I'm not out here slamming on 2K, you know, ultra hard like people would expect, like I did for Live, but it's just that Live has been a teeter-totter all these years. They, you know, they made the game. First they were a simulation game, then they turned into an arcade game. You know, so I mean, they just were doing too much. Like, they went from simulation game to making it more of an arcade game, making it more fast-paced, to finally buckling down, and instead of feeding lip service like their counterparts with Madden, they finally decided to come up and make a quality basketball game in the NBA Live 10. I mean, they didn't do a bad job with 09, but it was not a complete game. It was not realistic. You know, you had moves going on, like you had Kevin Garnett doing windmills in traffic, you know, going through the lane. Kevin Garnett has not done a windmill since 2000. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and that was on an uncontested, wide open dunk. You know what I mean? He's not going to do moves like that on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Like, that just was unreal. Even stuff like Vince Carter. Vince Carter does not go off of a drive past somebody and come up and do a windmill dunk in the midst of traffic, cutting through defense. Like, he'll come through and slam it, but he does not do that. Like, those are things that were improved on in 2K every single year. They just made it more and more realistic. And I can't get mad at them for it. They've done a tremendous job on that. You know, so I'm proud of them. Like I said, you know, but one thing I want to say, in Live's defense, this year, and I said it on the video I've done before, they have made a tremendous effort on Live 10. They did a great job on that game. You know what I'm saying? They really went back to the drawing board and came out and put together a quality basketball game instead of the quantity games that they have been putting out over the years. So I give them their props on that. But like I say, 2K, all they need to do is put the emphasis in getting control of the animations, the animation takeover that they have at times on this game. Some of the collision detections and the invisible barrier force fields, you know, and some of the AI issues that they have. Like, if they fix those issues, make the AI make more intelligent decisions, you know what I mean? It would be, you know, it would be a lot better. Like, this game would be a tremendous game, hands down, and possibly just hands down the flat out favorite for the best basketball simulation game, period. You know what I mean? But Live made a great effort, so I mean, both these games will be jockeying for position. But I gotta give it to 2K because they set a new. They just came out. They came out of nowhere and set a brand new standard for how these games should be made, and they did a great job. You know, and I gotta give them their props. So, all right, y'all. Like I said, you can comment, video respond, however, subscribe to my channel. You know what I mean? Whatever comments, you know what I'm saying, I welcome them all. Okay. All right, y'all. Take care. Holla at y'all next time. Peace out.